Good evening. That is a little too full. So, I started the stream and I was like, cool, I can just clean up what I've got here for dinner and then I'll be good to go. And then I looked down here to a pile of recycling that I had knocked over from, like, previous lunch and dinners. And went, oh, right, I should probably throw that out. Or at least tidy it. And I was like, I don't really want to leave it there, like, if I look at it and I go, oh, I should clean that up, and it's just sitting there right next to me throughout the entire stream, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be happy. Sitting there knowing, like, I should really be doing that. Oh, Jesus Christ, my kingdom for not being disturbed by bots trying to hit up announcement stream posts. But fuck that. This might be the final day of Variant Dungeon. I'm hoping it is. I'd be very concerned if I didn't actually get to finish it at the end of the stream, but weirder things have happened. A reminder of kind of where we left off. We've got 8 of 12 endings. I'm pretty sure I know, the 4th, or one of the last ones on the right-hand side. So there's two endings I don't know about, and the very end. So I'm... The two leading up to the final is probably the one that is probably the bit that's going to take the most, like, actual thinking. Because once everything else is spelt out, the final route in, Sildin, in the Sildin, one, was, pretty straightforward. Because I kind of put it together by that point. I'm just hoping there isn't any, like, unintuitive, oh, don't walk too far, or shit doesn't work. So, here's what I do know. There's 4 endings left. One, like I said, I think is pretty obvious on the right side. On the left side, there is the puzzle with the statues, and I have, what I hope is a solution for that. And then there is the lanterns. Now, the lanterns in particular is the one I'm not sure if it will actually lead to an ending. It also could be the actual final ending. And the reason I say that is because I think we're missing a clue, but I also don't see how that leads to a different ending. In Sildin, there was, like, an extra chamber beyond, the very last boss. And I'm wondering if maybe this, like, secret ending, or the final ending, might be a bit different. Like, there isn't another boss, but, oh my god, I forgot his name. Dude that turns into a rat. If a final boss is actually modified instead to be, like, far harder. Because the final ending in Sildin had an entirely unique boss with entirely unique mechanics. And whilst I kind of expect something akin to that in some ways, I don't really know what that's gonna actually look like. Or how it will manifest, because it doesn't need to follow those rules, but, yeah. Right, so I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna guess we're probably gonna be getting this one here. So, let's get started. Now, the thing I'm gonna be doing here is not taking the Dogu and not polishing the stones. I think that will likely lead us to our final ending on the right side. Also, I didn't talk about it before, but one of the things that gives me pause about the lanterns is that this is a center path ending, this is a center path ending, this is a center path ending. This is a right side ending, this is a left side. I don't think, like, the more complex ending for the center path would be here. I feel like this might actually be alternate paths on the left, which makes me think the center path might actually be the last one, and I'm standing in the wrong spot. God, I wish you'd walk that fast all the time, Hancock. Save me a ton of time. Also, I know I only talked about it very briefly last stream, but I'm very happy with this climber. Very happy. I have no idea why they decided to add range to the AoE EI Jutsu, but fucking blessing them for it. I'm guessing because it's they don't usually like talk about. Oh no, they do. They have been posting a bit more reasoning why they do stuff like that. I should probably look at that post actually to see if there's a reason. I think it's just making it comparable, to be completely honest. Because, like, 5 radius... Oh, sorry. Yeah, 5 radius is not spectacular. Pray, maybe? Well, either way, I'm not taking the Dogu this time. So let Sleeping Dogu lie. For all we know, it could be cursed. Uh-huh. What the fuck? Why did that come out so early? Shin. Okay. Shadow fight. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Wait, again? Oh my god. I fucking hate runaway mechanics like this. Fuck off. Suck my dick. Oh my god. Okay, no, I didn't get hit. Good. God, fuck that. Fallen leaves and fresh greenery in such close proximity. It is passing strange. Oh, should probably get that. Alright, not touching these either. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, God. Such a tranquil place, these mountain heights. By the look of it, I presume it is not a path that many tread. Yeah, same. Same dialogue as before. It's not the first of these stones we've encountered. Do they serve as shrines of some sort? I'm hoping they do, because then I'll get something different here. Unless you have to not shine them with the Dogu. That could be a thing. And that might act... Because, I don't think anything's made good on the threat of the Dogu coming to life. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's different. What? Fucking what? Huh? Oh no. Yeah, that would have been very bad if I got another one of those. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's bullshit. I even... Ooh. That would have been a tough one. Deed fit for legend, quite literally, for Shishio appears in countless Hingar myths. One, in fact, tells of a wayfaring warrior who triumphed over it a long time ago. As such, I was aware that its harrowing cry would warp the very earth. But to see it firsthand is a wholly different beast, I'm sure you agree. Though the creature bore none of Gorai's treasure, we can take comfort in the knowledge that it will terrorize Lord Uzumibi's people no more. And in the no less valuable artifacts we spotted over the course of our journey to the summit, naturally. All that remains is to carry the spoils to our waiting falcons. I trust I can count on you. I'm not dragging your shit back. Do it yourself. Yep. Thought so. Given their function as a spiritual bulwark against the earthquakes that plague Hingashi, stones of protection are far from unique to Mount Rokon. One tale connected to them, however, certainly reflects its unusual history. Legend has it that a warrior of some renown once visited the mountain as a pilgrim. During his soul-cleansing climb up its slopes, he put his hands together to pray to a stone of protection. In that very moment, a twisted beast leapt from the shadows. It was injured, a pitchfork protruding from its belly. But regardless of circumstance, the warrior could hardly ignore its attempts to tear his head from his body. He plunged his trusty blade into the creature, which thrashed violently in response, colliding with the nearby stone. Ominous peals resounded from the earth below. In alarm, the warrior lost hold of his weapon, while the beast escaped into the foliage and out of sight. Fearing an earthquake was indeed imminent, he carefully wiped the beast's blood from the stone, and all was silent once more. There are several variants of this legend. In one, the warrior slays the beast, while another insists that it was the creature's blood-curdling cry that set the earth to rumbling. Still, other tales present natural disasters themselves as divine, or at least preternatural entities. All contain at least a grain of truth. For the fears of a population constantly under threat of events outside its control are very real. If one theory out of the studium is to be believed, the stone's protective power may also be more than superstition. The gist I recall is that stones of protection are a form of magical focus, not dissimilar to newliths, and thus can stabilize ethereal currents when placed at confluences. Alas, I remember naught of the finer details beyond their being rather dull. Cool, so that didn't help us. That was literally just telling us how to get this one, I think? Oh no, this might have been this one actually. Shit, I don't actually remember. Okay. That didn't give us nearly as much of a hint as I was hoping. So I guess we're gonna go down the Suzaku, or down the statue road then for the next one, which is down the left path. Okay, Hank, I kind of wish you could speed this up. It's just a little tedious to get started. in particular? No. I still don't know if there's actually a way to manipulate this path. Like, every other path, I think, has had a way to actually manipulate the boss's moveset in some way. But I don't think this one has. Or at least it's not obvious. I feel like I'm probably going to be... Oh, no. I feel like we're probably going to be going down this multiple times, but... It might be the last alive in that pack, maybe? Shit. Oh, no. Into Cardinal. Oh my god. Whoops. Oh, suck my ass! One. Two. tell me the winds have ceased, we should make blah 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 blah. I had to wager a guess, these must be... Yep. But yeah, like, if the boss changed on that route, I don't know what it would change here. Like, usually that's how this works, where, like, a change like that will alter the path you take later on. Like, the Dogu and, choosing... choosing whether or not to pull the rope on that other route. Right, treasure cursed or no, I imagine I would abide within these walls, but where? Okay, so let me pull up my note here. Oh, I closed it. Oh my god. Did I really actually close that? Hold on. Did I have that saved? Oh, thank god. Okay, there it is. Okay, so it's Seiryu and Suzaku. So Seiryu is of the east, Suzaku is of the south. Now that would mean that... So that's north. So you need to be facing right. Turn, and you need to... So it's either in... So the thing is, I'm not really sure whether they are supposed to be looking from that direction, which would mean the opposite, or if they are looking in that direction. But we're going to go with this. So we're going to point east, and that's the way Seiryu is looking. And we're going to point south, and that's the way Suzaku is looking. There we go. I'd have known that Suzaku and Seiryu were the guardians of this gateway. In fairness, one usually needs grapple with only one at a time. All this for a dead end? Ooh, hold up. This is different. Okay, alright, okay. Ooh. We're going all over the fucking place, aren't we? See the Mononoke share your sensibilities. Climbing on the fucking roofs as well. What on earth? Wait, why did that not go off? That's omnidirectional. What the hell? Don't run in there too quickly, Hancock. Must have blown out the lights. Yeah, you could say that. Alright. What has the samurai got for us this time, I wonder? I'll watch this again, I haven't seen it in a bit. So far we're doing the same shit, which is a bit worrying. This is just doubling up on the grid, right? Oh, okay, that's different. Oh, no. Holy shit, that bleed is brutal. Okay, I guess I have to get right up close to the fucking... Okay. I really wasn't watching my health. I thought he was the one that was actually fucking annihilating me. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, you son of a bitch. That'll do. Fucking what? This is gonna be the... Yep. Whew. Alright. That was indeed a different ending. Well done, bleh. Well done, Vevern. You are an unholy terror on the battlefield. I mean that in the most flattering way. To think that our secret passage would lead us to such an immaculate armory. Perhaps some monks utilize this as a shelter in times of strife. I doubt they expected the armor they saw to come to life, however. Quite the harrowing foe, that one. Which leads me to believe that the armor itself must be one of the treasures we seek. Despite its storied history, it looks almost pristine. I suspect the monks tended to it regularly. Which shall prove quite the challenge to bring back, but I dare say my falcon and I are up to the task. Pray accept my unending gratitude for your assistance, Fevern. If I get a... Oh yeah, I already... Goodbye. Alright, what did we get? Tale of Dead Men. Moko was a warrior of peerless skill, a boon to his allies and a scourge upon his enemies. After his death, his armor was returned to his kin, who would preserve it as a treasured heirloom for generations to come, until one fateful morn. As the sun bathed the eastern skies in gold, Moko's descendants rose to find the armor not in the storehouse where it had been secured, but on prominent display in the gardens, stained black with cooling blood. Next to it lay the corpse of a man, a would-be thief struck down by a righteous spirit, most were quick to believe. The family, however, was less than certain. Who was to say when Moku might rise again to sate his bloodlust? Thus, though it pained them to do so, they placed the armor in the care of Shoujo Temple, hoping that its hallowed halls would bring the restless general some semblance of peace. Far Eastern folklore speaks of myriad kami, and of the spirits to be found in all things. One may assume this concept arose from the countless strange creatures found on Asar, from void scent to auspices, and soulkin golems to elemental sprites. Nature's capacity for oddity is boundless. Was Moko's armor then an unusual form of entity, of a known entity, or did it truly play host to the soul of the man that once wore it? Whatever the case, we can be certain that its exposure to Mount Rokon's ether only emboldened and enlarged it. I find myself thankful that we did not share in the alleged thief's fate. Shit. Okay, well that leaves us with, some shit then. Okay. Okay, so Route 1's clue we've used. The baby was consumed by a murderous rage. Tokimori claimed that the holy waters in the tale might be found on Mount Rokon itself, where a lake of particular spiritual power lies concealed. A small shrine allegedly graces its banks, and I cannot help but wonder if treasure hides within. Unfortunately, the path is a closely guarded secret known only to the highest-ranking monks, so we are left to fumble in the dark. Fumble in the dark. We just looked at that. This doesn't really have a hint in it. Exercise a thing in a blade. I mean, there is potentially that on this path, but this is all backstory for him. This is the one thing I don't think we've used yet. If fortune you seek, know that our light glows brightest within Twilight's reach, and 'tis the kami of fire this celebration entreats. So, if I remember correctly, the lanterns that are in the dark are aligned with southwest and north. I'm demoralized from losing streak to, in aggressive air hockey. How are you? Actually a bit lost, because I don't know what, I don't know what I need to be doing now to get ending 4, and potentially the last, clue to get the ultimate ending. Climbing Mount Rokon will train aesthetics. Surely find themselves in need of additional support from time to time. Should we need to scale the peak once again, or should an inconvenient wall or pile of boxes stand in our way? I shall be perfectly equipped for the challenge. That doesn't feel like anything. It's just could not help but inquire with Tsubaki as to the nature of we already knew this one was something to do with the stones. This one gives us cardinal directions, as relative to statues of the Four Lords, so we've used this one. I don't know if we can actually use this one, if that's a thing. Struck his staff into Shishio, turning it to stone, he would go under it. I mean, we can't really... I don't think we can approach Shishio, like, before the battle. I haven't actually tried that, because, like, technically, there's the little, like, line that denotes, like, a boss fight, right? But there's, like, paths either side of it? But then again, I don't think I haven't found anything along the path of the, on the right path that would kind of align with that. Like, I'm guessing it's got something to do with the lanterns, but, Rokon Lantern. Actually, you know what? Let's do something a bit different. Mount Rokon. Clues. Oh. Okay. No. The fourth path is on the left. Okay. Is the lanterns for the final path then? I need a thinking chair to help with clues. Yeah. Hang on. Did something change? Okay. Along the path... you know what? Fuck it. I'll take a break right here. We're coming up on around the time I would. Probably like another pull than I would have. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a good think, I think. Because, yeah, I'm not... Is there anything that I could, like... The only thing I can think of is that there's actually an alternate path in the path we took. But I don't know what that could be. I believe, like, I didn't look at the clue for the 12th ending, I just looked at the route. Or, sorry, no, I didn't look at the route, sorry. I didn't look at it at all. I inferred it from just the fact that the fourth path is on the left. I was like, wait a minute, so that means there's only 3 on the center, so the fourth one surely has to be that. So I guess the lanterns are part of the ultimate path then, but then what? What on the left path could change again? I'm pretty sure we've done whatever we can on the non-statue path. So there has to be something on the path we just went through, but... Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna take a quick break and, like, hopefully... Maybe I can come up with something. Not guaranteeing anything, but yeah, I'll be back. I'm back. I couldn't think of anything. Like, yeah, what did we fight? We fought some guys on the roof, we fought some people just before the stairs, and then we headed up. So it's not really a lot to go on. I can only assume this might be one of the, like, killing ads in an order. Deals, but I'm not really sure. Actually, let's look at Hancock dialogue. Before I go back into the route and waste some time, there might be some stuff in here. Accept my ending gratitude for your assistance. Despite its storied history, which leads me to believe that unholy terror on the battlefield. Okay, before now is, yep. War is a sea of sorrow, and you shall drown. Our spirits are as wind, never to be fettered. The chorus of steel rings eternal. May have strength in numbers, but worry not. If you cannot beat them, dodge them, I say. To arms, my warriors. The bloodlust is palpable. Have care, everyone. Should be right here at a reasonably safe distance, cheering you on. To me, my warriors, your lord has need of you. Mark where the armor readies its blade. Though it has quick reach, it cannot strike everywhere at once. My blade thirsts for mortal blood. See no clockwork mechanisms where we've an honest to Kami Mononoke on our hands. Base means should grant you an honorable death. Our spirits are as wind, never to be... Just a lot of shouting. Battle must have blown out the lights. Let's head back inside quickly. See the Mononoke share your sensibilities. You mean to take the roof? All this for a dead end? How odd. So that's the entirety of the dialogue. The only out of context line here is like, that battle must have blown out the lights? Oh, actually, no, wait a minute. In one of those battles, we fought a water spirit which just did a party-wide AoE. Which, I mean, big water AoE would have blown out the lights. That seems like a stretch, but it's like the only thing I can really think of. Maybe I'll figure something out once we get back in there, but fuck it. It's worth a shot. And it might give us something on the lanterns, which would help. You better be going left, Hancock. What's my idea? The only well, actually, okay, there's two things. I can't remember if I killed the big demon in the group of wind sprites, like, just before the boss. That could be a thing. But no, the one bit of dialogue that stuck out to me from our trip down the left side this time was a line where he said something about knocking out the lights, and I distinctly remember the water sprite doing, like, an unavoidable AoE. Which I guess you could interpret might have done that, and that is the sort of thing I feel like the variant dungeons might do, so, like, I'm thinking that might be a thing, but I don't know, it seems like a stretch, but we'll see. And as per usual, I don't actually want a hint unless I ask for it. No hints, only dreams. Correct. Because, yeah, I haven't seen an alternate, for this boss yet. Oh. Fuck! Wait, what? Hold on! What? Oh my god, what did I do different? What did I do differently? I don't even know! Oh, that's the worst. I just stumbled upon the fucking solution and I don't even know how. Oh, god. Oh, fuck you, I'm standing in it. I was... Hancock's just so while you're standing there, Fabergasson. Why is it raining? It's like, what? Adventurer, like, sometimes it rains. It's like, no, I came here before, and it was windy. It shouldn't be windy right now. Why is it windy? I didn't even do anything different. Not weather is wont to change on a whim, but 'tis not nature's whims at work here. Oh. At least we get to see the alternate for this fight. Oh yeah, Bunshin. Okay. Just swap to warrior for safety. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, I guess, like, depending on your item level, it's obviously going to vary, but I have not felt very safe in this dungeon, I must admit. Even, like, a single vuln sometimes is enough to get me in, some bad ways. Shit. No one saw that triple weave, shut up. Sheen, this is practically biz. Have you, like, are you not using the... Oh shit, I wasn't watching. Oh, God. Yeah? Nope. Practically biz. Yeah. Talking about actions, yes, shit's still scary. I mean, yeah, like, I'm basically using Rampart on cooldown. If I get a Voln, I'm in serious danger of dying, but, like, I feel like it's still pretty manageable, all things considered. Like, yeah, like, the variant dungeons, obviously, like, they're tuned to, be a bit more, a bit easier than, some shit, but, like, it doesn't mean they're not scary if you're not, like, using the dungeon actions and really, like, paying attention to what's going on. They are surprisingly complex. And I gotta admit, I feel like like, relative to dungeons, I feel like they might be a bit harder than normals. At least I have, yeah. I mean, you don't really need all that much for, to heal yourself regardless. I don't know. Like, to be honest, I'm actually glad I'm playing on Samurai, because I feel like on Summoner, like, I wouldn't have as many, like, quick movement abilities as opposed to, like, just the permanent mobility. And I'd actually honestly miss the, move in, move out a bit more. Figured it was worth the extra safety. What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm finding it perfectly fine, honestly. But I guess, like, I'm welcoming and appreciative of the challenge, so I'm like, oh, I do need to pay attention. Okay, good. Whereas I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, okay, yeah, dungeon content, and whoa, why am I being hammered? I sure am taking the roof. I'm going for a long shot, alright? Don't fucking judge me. Also, probably easier a bit on melee, because honestly, in the AoE situations, like, between Bloodthirst, your actual, or your AoE block and all that, like, it feels like you're pretty fucking safe. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do here. I am going to kill the Water Sprite first. We'll find out if that actually does anything. I guess the thing that surprises me about that Ryuzaki is just like you're doing literal ultimates, and granted, like, obviously that has a different, like, that has a different sensibility when it comes to difficulty, but, like, yeah, I guess I'm just, like, actually kind of surprised you're noting it as, like, noticeably difficult. Okay, he didn't say anything about the lights. Maybe that actually did do something. Don't fucking know what, but... Also, I don't think that's true. I feel like, I've been on a tank in, the Sildin Maybe it's different for Rokon, maybe they balanced it differently, but I remember being on a tank in Sildin and finding, like, an incredibly noticeable difference. Although, granted, that might have been mostly eye level. Maybe. Okay. Wow, that gave me no fucking room. What the fuck? There we go. Gee, maybe, like, the thing is different based on, down here. Oh, shit. Right. Oh, easy. Oh. Yeah? Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Bro, whatever it is you're selling, I do not like it. I don't know how the fuck I managed to get out of that, holy shit. I'll take it, though. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. That's like the, Oh, it's in the deep dungeon. There's the Tiamat fight where some of the AoEs drop, like, heads on the ground that, like, initially track a player. Oh, okay. We're doing this now, are we? Okay, I gotta test my theory here. Because I think I know the best way to dodge this. So it's down here. Yep. Perfect. Oh, wow, I don't even have to move. Thanks, bud. See news about Overwatch 2 coming to Steam? Yes, and I fucking laughed. Clash for the ages. Life-threatening circumstances aside, it's always a pleasure to witness Bushido at work. I guess the passage we traversed would lead us to the store's most valuable contents, lo and behold. Such exceptional relics are a rarity indeed. Some are not the least of all. The spirit that enlivened it may have been one of the very Tsukumogami of rumor. In an ideal world, I would not hesitate to bring home every last blade the Mononoke touched. Alas, my falcon can only bear so much weight. This calls for a serious consideration. Pray, leave me to my thoughts for a moment. I have to wonder if that's a sign that Blizz is bleeding players from it. Oh, 100%. It absolutely is. They're getting desperate. Like, and... yeah, like, just having it on a visible storefront that everyone has, that they don't need to download an extra thing, that honestly could be a hurdle that people are willing to go past. Mark my words, that game is gonna get fucking review-bombed into oblivion, initially. Which is gonna suck, because, like, they can actually hide behind the tech Valve have to remove reviews that have not played the game. This is the slimy thing to me, right? Is, like, ideally what would happen is that there are a set of reviews that come from people who have already played the game elsewhere that correctly inform people about monetization, all that kind of stuff, right? The problem is that that playtime is not going to exist on Steam, and you'd have to A, buy the game, and B, actually play the game for a substantial amount of time through the Steam client for your review to actually matter to some degree. Because a lot of people are going to review bomb it, and then it's going to bounce back because all of those are going to get removed, and then it's going to be there. Like, to my knowledge, I don't think there's like an exception to a game that has been on a separate store and is suddenly put onto the Steam store, and reviews from those people counting, or the previous player base counting. Like, I don't think Steam has an ability to verify that. So, unfortunately, Overwatch 2 is probably going to sit on Steam with a relatively positive review score compared to what it actually should have, despite the fact that they fucked up. Tons. Yeah. But yeah, it's desperation, 100%. Though Hingashi has its fair share of celebrated artisans, few stoke the flames of a journeyman's ambition like that of Nanakusa, whose blades in the image of the four lords saw him rise from humble village blacksmith to renowned forge master. Having been on the business end of the swords representing Suzaku and Seiryu during our confrontation with Moko the Restless, to their fine and fearsome quality I can attest. Though I have not yet had the pleasure of an introduction to the Byakuo-inspired Hakute, it in particular is oft spoken of as a weapon to rival one of the greatest the star has to offer, the Swell. Following his rise to prominence, Nanakusa established a forge near Mount Rokon. According to Mistress Tsubaki, many an aspiring smith followed in his footsteps. The northeastern Shishu has become something of a haven for these masters of forge and flame. Naturally, they revere the kami of fire and celebrate their god by way of various spectacular matsuri. In the most prominent of these, its name roughly translating to Festival of Three Lanterns, local blacksmiths seek to imbue the works of past, present, and future with the fire kami's power through lighting a trio of specially crafted lanterns. Of course, this temporal symbolism is only one aspect of the number three's significance to Far Eastern tradition at large. Shit. I thought that was going to give me a little bit more of an indication. But I guess that's... yeah, it's doubling down on the lantern thing at the very least. I just don't know what the fucking lantern thing is actually gonna be. Hmm. I mean, I guess we go in. I know it's gonna be via the center. I just hear... Sorry, I thought I heard a ding, and then I realized it wasn't my computer. It might have been outside. Oh, that's... Oh, yeah, right. It's probably next door. They have kids. Okay. Potentially last run? It's gotta be the lanterns. I'm probably gonna try and inspect, or, like, have a quick look around before, I'm gonna try and have a quick look around before I go and aggro the lanterns. To see if I can find, like, anything. Cue the P5R music. I believe... God, one of these days I feel like it'd be a really bad idea for me to stream that on... because, like, it's such a long fucking game. But God, I really want to talk about it, because that's one of the games that, like, ignited, or reignited my passion for, like, why... Okay. For, like, reading and interpreting video games again. When it had honestly been a while since I... felt that. And that... now, I know what you're thinking. That's not really the compliment you think it is. I have opinions about P5, but P5R is a more positive, counterpoint to it, but I think that speaks to vanilla P5's worst aspects, if I'm gonna be completely honest. P5R only. Oh, P5R added something on top of the already bad stuff, but it's, like, minor compared to... Well, actually, you wouldn't know it was added unless you had played the previous game, so... Or had played the original, so, yeah. Like, mechanically, P5R is a strict improvement over P5. Like, 100% nothing to complain about it mechanically. There is one thing it adds story-wise that I absolutely fucking despise, but other than that, like, P5R is good. It has a better ending than P5, if I'm being honest. But yeah. I could talk for hours about it, but that's what a stream would be, because, yeah. I think I want to pull the string. I don't think this is actually going to have an effect on anything, if I'm being honest, but... Oh! No, actually, no. No, let's go with the tatami mats. The tatami mat is, ironically, has less of a disturbance on my actual play. Yeah, there were a fair few of those. I think that's honestly a compromise, though. There are probably, like, net more nights you can actually spend out than in P5, but one of the things they did add in P5R was a few days that you couldn't do anything else, which some of them, I think, overrode, like, just completely 3 days, if I remember correctly. Super excited for the P3 remake. No FFXIV. What? Like, what? Actually, for real? Why even remake the game if you're not going to do that? It's like, oh, yeah, one of the fresher takes on things and probably some of the best writing in the entire series just isn't in the game because they didn't want to. Oh, cool. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's a real bummer. I think Shinjiro's Link is one of my faves from the series. Like, I haven't played it all in its entirety, but the things I do know about FFXIV's thing are like I think it's an interesting counter to, or an interesting juxtaposition with Minato's whole deal with kind of confronting inevitability and death. And I like Minato broods, FFXIV kind of posts through it, which is something I always appreciated about her dialogue. I really you know what? Fuck P5R. I should play P3P on stream, because I haven't done the full FFXIV thing before. God damn it, she fucking deserves it. Yeah, we sure haven't, Hancock. Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, well, yeah. I have to deal with this first. Hey. There are banners on some of the lanterns. Maybe that's it? So it's not the darkness or the light. So, yeah, like, that's the only thing that would identify 3 of them at the moment. If I go upstairs, do any of them also have a banner? There's only 2, and I think neither of them are near a wall that they could actually do that. Yeah, that one's not near a wall, and that one doesn't have a banner. Okay, that might be it. That might be it, then. If the whole Fire Kami thing is meant to be a thing for that, then, like, Wait, hold on. Shinjiro's not the kid, right? Shinjiro is the, older dude with the beanie. Or the older student with the beanie, right? Am I thinking of the right person? Yes, okay, yeah, gotcha. What the fuck is the kid's name? I feel like I've deleted it from my mind. Ken, that's it. That's one. I'm gonna get you, because you're a bit closer. Oh. Okay. That. Curious, this lantern shines differently than the rest. The Mononoke's influence, perhaps? Oh yeah, Sunlink is like... Sunlink is, top tier. Okay. Yeah? Uh-oh. I think we did it, gamers. Oh, shit. What? Lesson learned, Hancock. Do not prod eerily glowing objects. In case the monks went to great pains to conceal this path, what could have warranted such secrecy? Oh, right. Like the, yeah. This was the waters they were talking about. You're a genius. Could challenge light for the death knell. I don't know about that. You're blowing sunshine up my ass. Alright, what the fuck are we gonna fight here, then? Oh. Yo! An Enra. Tsukumogami. That is a sick design. Holy shit. Thousand paths and yours ends here. What are you doing exactly? Oh! Uh-huh. Shit. Sir, if you could stop jumping around, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ. What? Huh? I think that means back here? Yes. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Dude, if you could chill for like 5 seconds. What is that? Uh-huh. What did that do? Okay, we're doing this again. What? Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. Okay, knockbacks, yep. Oh, no. Yeah, suck my dick. Oh, good. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, no. Yeah. Ah. Oh, that might have been dumb. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't look at the health bar. Don't look at the health bar. No! Fucker. Mononoke up in smoke. Brilliant display with the demonic smoke dispelled. We may breathe easily once more. Someone play limbo music. Only in eternity great power could transform its surrounds so dramatically. You did well to outmaneuver it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think I might have actually been sweating a bit more for the rest of it. I spied something resting within the shrine earlier. Yes. Oh, as I predicted. Uh-huh. I've seen depictions of this pipe before. There can be no doubt that it is an age-old treasure. Rai must have known that a fierce Tsukimogami slumbered within. Thus he stored it apart far from the sanctity of the temple. But its will was too strong to be consigned to such ignominy, and in its neglect its power only grew, until it was strong enough to enshroud the mountain entire. Now that this lord among demons is slain, we can assume that peace shall return to the region. We must report the good news to Mistress Tsubaki post-haste. I, and my growing collection, should not have fared half as well without you here. I am in your debt. Yeah, of course you are. Oh, damn. Did that, got rid of the whole thing before the 2-hour mark. Damn. Competo. Colourful clusters of crystalline sugar. Sparky has good news to report. Ah, Mistress Fevern. I have a moment of your time. Sure. Upon learning that the Tsukimogami of the Accursed Pipe had been slain, Lord Uzumibi dispatched a party of soldiers to survey Mount Rokon. I am pleased to report that they returned without a single casualty. My lord and his soldiers learned much from their survey of the temple, and I thought it prudent to share these findings with Master Hancock. It was my expectation that he would be pleased, but his reaction was rather difficult for me to assess. He also requested that I notify him the moment you arrive. If you would kindly make your way to Rakusui Gardens, I can send word for him to meet you there. Once your conversation is concluded, pray seek me out here. There's not much, I'm afraid, but I have prepared a reward for your service. Yay. Where's my, hang on. Achievements? It's there. Yes. A hand-carved whistle that, when played, emits an eerie tone that beckons your Bura Bura Chochin to your side. Oh, fuck yeah. Contrary to expectation, this lantern ghost did not care to haunt people, and was content to simply wander Mount Rokon. When it saw you similarly wandering, it took you for a kindred spirit and decided to follow you wherever the wind should blow. Fuck yeah. Yeah, because we got the mouse mount last time, so I was hoping there was a mount reward for that when the quest didn't have it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there he is. Do I want to do ninja now? No, I'm streaming tomorrow. I don't really, If this is a 2.5-hour stream, that's fine with me. Apologies for the sudden summons. You will have heard from Mistress Tsubaki that Lord Uzumibi's men returned safely, their expedition a rousing success. But it is the implications of their findings that I wish to discuss. Shall we sit? I couldn't possibly allow this perfectly good bench to go to waste. During their survey of the temple, the soldiers recovered a curious journal. Upon closer inspection, they'd realized it had belonged to Garai, who had documented nearly half of his life in meticulous detail. Born into an impoverished family, young Garai was cast aside by his parents. He spent his youth as a beggar, struggling to survive on his own, until the monks of Shoujo Temple welcomed him into their brotherhood. 'Twas these formative hardships that fueled his fixation on wealth as an adult. The security and comfort of these valuable objects promised that which he had long been denied. Cannot help but sympathize. His story, in many respects, a mirror to my own. It is a terrible curse, poverty. One I would not wish upon my worst enemy. In my youth, I eked out a living in the back streets of Uldar, until Chem and Lolorito took me under his wing. Thus did I begin to build my fortune, that I need never again know penury's shame. In like, Garai amassed a veritable mountain of treasures, among them his most beloved pipe. It was unique, he wrote, in its power to grant its owner both the most blessed of fortunes and most calamitous of fates. Perhaps when he first held it in his hands, it was indeed a blessing unlike any he had ever known. Alas, his fate speaks for itself. I just realized the second blade I have is actually... the Vivern has is poking through a fucking chest. Might I suggest you part ways with the pipe that you may have... that may have been his downfall? He was a pious man, but greed good is... yeah. Fucking, you're keeping the pipe? Dumbass? Ever the sensible one. Gry and I may have both had a tragic childhood, but I assure you I have not let mine define me. If needs must, I am more than capable of writing off poor investments. I'm not convinced. It's not often that I allow myself to speak of personal matters. I suppose if if I absolutely must confide in another, it may as well be the Warrior of Light. Of the many lessons Chairman Lolorito has taught me over the years, there is one tenet that towers above them all. The value of gil is what you make of it. If you invest 100 gil, you may come to possess 200, or even 200,000. But if hoarded in perpetuity or squandered on ephemeral pleasures, the coin purse may as well be empty. Too many grow consumed by the pursuit of wealth for the sake of it, forgetting that it is merely a means to an end. Wealth without purpose makes poor men of us all. Consider our much humbled pipe. As an end in itself, it was the source of much misfortune. Yet as a story, it may serve a nobler purpose. So you still have the pipe. My humble ambition is to share such treasures with the world, that all might reflect upon their histories. This star has so many stories to tell. Stories of myriad peoples and cultures. My exhibits inspire others to seek out and learn them, as the ukiyo-e print in the chairman's offices once inspired me. There would be no greater joy. Cultural and financial exchange can thus see us all enriched. Arts and artisans across the star will be driven to create, and their works treated as the cultural treasures they are for generations to come. Imagine. If ever the opportunity arises to petition your aid in this grand dream of mine once more, I should be glad for your assistance. Until then, my friend, I wish you well. Well, they managed to give some texture to Hancock, which is kind of impressive. If not, like... Well, I mean, like, to be fair, it's not exactly the most original thing, but, like, it's enough. To ensure he's kind of contrasted with the rest of, like, the people in Uldar and Hingashi who are chasing wealth for wealth's sake and all that shit. Forgetting for a moment that there's an absolute fucking massive problem in Uldar with wealth disparity. That does make Hancock at the very least, and I guess Lolorito a little bit, although his purposes for Gil are obviously kind of Giving Hancock a bit more in that regard, though, is not the worst thing. Yeah, I wish there was a bit more, like, actual kind of, like, tackling the wealth disparity in Uldar. I hope future expansions actually go into that. Like, building on Hancock in this way is not invalid, in the absence of it right now, but I feel it would ultimately be a bit empty if we really didn't end up tackling that more directly in the future. Because in that sense, it's pretty much just going, oh, well, not all of them are bad, when, like, it still ultimately causes a lot of shit in Uldar. Like, the pursuit of wealth the way that Lolorito and Hancock do it. Or at least the things they use their guild for. Because it's one thing to ensure that the arts of man can be enjoyed by all. But it's another to do that instead of housing everyone. You know? Yeah. Because ultimately, the people who are able to create art the most freely are people who have the time and money to do that. And that tends to not be people who are poor. So, despite the fact that, like, people romanticize, like, the kind of like, poor artist thing, the reality is that, like, people who have more money have more time to be able to pursue things like that. Poor people often, or people who aren't as advantaged often pursue that in spite of the financial danger it might put them in. Which is why you kind of have that romanticization and saying it's important because, oh yeah, well, they came from struggle, etc., etc. There you are, Mistress Feathern. By your demeanor, I gather that all is well with Master Hancock? You could say that. I am pleased to hear it. I had feared that my most recent report had upset him in some way, but I am relieved to know that that was not the case. Allow me to express my gratitude once more on behalf of Lord Uzumibi. We are most glad to count you and Master Hancock among our allies, and your service to our people should not soon be forgotten. As I previously mentioned, I have prepared a small gift as thanks for your aid. These confections are famous in Kugane, and beloved by children and adults alike. I must, of course, express my gratitude to Master Hancock as well, so permit me to take my leave of you. Should we meet again, I pray it be under more auspicious circumstances. Safe journeys, my friend, and may the Kami keep you. Fuck yeah. A Tale of Two Orphans. Complete the quest, Price of Ruin. Reincarnator? That's a fucking title. Jesus. Alright. Yeah, well, that's it for the variant dungeon. So... It's interesting to compare the first, one with this one. I think because both mechanically and story, or at least, like, the narrative within it, serves, like, very different purposes. First off, at least mechanically, it doesn't feel quite as much like the whole sort of thing grew into, the final path. In fact, like, it's pretty much a single... You need to do two things. One of which I don't think there's a clue for, and the other is just one singular, well, maybe two, to be generous. Two clues put together. But at least with the Sildin one felt like it took a bit longer, and I think it was primarily because there was a bit more to that final path. You had to do, three things to get there. And I think all three of those came from different places. You had to kill the lizards in a specific order on the rightmost path. You had to gather an item to burn, or gather incense to burn at the coffin of a Amalja hero, and then you had to do a specific sequence of emotes in front of that coffin before lighting it, I think. And like that, to be clear, like I think there's I don't think you need necessarily all those things to come together like that, but I do feel it kind of feels like the culmination of your journey through the dungeons, multiple routes, that multiple things kind of come together to do that. It was kind of why I was thinking that, like, there was a chance that, you'd need to, like, exercise the blade in, like, the waters that are off in the right path. And I thought, oh, maybe they're actually going to do a thing where you go down the left, do something on the right, because you do something on the left to get you over to the right to be able to exercise the blade, and then come back to the center and do something with Garai. Like, initially that's what I thought was going on, because it definitely seemed to be saying, like, oh, the blade's evil, and look, the water over there. But it turned out the whole shrine on the edge of water thing is just like a red herring and tells you what the ending's gonna be. Whereas, like, the lantern stuff I almost solved. Like, I almost got the ending accidentally. Because it's ultimately just one thing you need to do. Or one clue you need, and just careful exploring. Climb the rafters, light the lanterns in the right order. So I feel like that might have been a little bit disappointing, ultimately, which kind of sucks. Mechanically, though, I feel like they've stepped up the design here. I must say, I think the final routes boss wasn't quite as good as the final one in Sildin, but the rest of the bosses, I think, are a distinct step up. Yeah, like, Shishio's whole, like, 1,000 AoE cut thing is, like, harrowing. The expand or, divide thing with the rat and the AoEs and that is really cool, and, like, you have to be paying attention if you don't want to get annihilated. The samurai and the Z thing and, like, kind of, like, forming up correctly on that, plus the AoEs and the soldiers, like, yeah, I feel like those bosses were tougher, and the mid-boss feels like it was a lot tougher too. Like, you had to kind of learn the elements ultimately, but they had, like, very strict kind of couplings that, like, you need to pay attention to. The ogres and that, whilst a couple of them had a few tricks up their sleeve, their core didn't really feel as, like, challenging, ultimately. And maybe it's because I chose Summoner for that and that made it easier there. I honestly feel like this is challenging in a way that, like, if you're... Like, you don't have quick movements about, so you have to be planning ahead a bit more with a caster. Whereas, like, with Samurai, it felt like, oh, I can be a little bit more reactive because I've got the dash in, dash out. So I don't know how much, like, that movement and the feeling of dodging all of those actually factored in. It probably factored in a little bit. But, like, ultimately, I feel a bit more positive on the, I feel a bit more positive, with regard to the first one than I do this one. I think because... the narrative built a lot to the history of Sildin, whereas this was just kind of like interesting tales of this one particular place and like random things that had culminated or that had been gathered in that one place, and not ultimately giving us a bit more of an understanding of Hingashi more than like... Well, I guess you could learn from the tales a bit. One of the tales in particular kind of like... that Hancock speaks to is the fact that in a place with a lot of natural disasters, like, you know, earthquakes and the like, these tales, like, rise for a reason, because a people who feel like all of these events are out of their control start to narrativize them to come to understand that, you know, life, that these things can just happen at the whim of the kami, you know? So, like, it's a broader cultural thing, but I don't think it, like, I would have liked a little bit more of a historical kind of, like, hook for a place we've never been to before, like Sildin. Mechanically, though, I think this one was probably better, except for the end. I think the end didn't quite sell it, or wasn't quite as triumphant as the other one. And of note, I think I died more to every single other boss in that dungeon than the final one. Whereas I feel like it was I feel like I scraped by with the final boss on Sildin, but it really felt like I scraped by. Whereas this one was kind of more like, I didn't really feel like I was too in trouble from dying. But that might also be me getting a bit more familiar with the tools and having different tools to summon up. But yeah. Ultimately, yeah, I still really like this content. You know, it's like, what, 10 hours or something of game? But it's neat. It's challenging in a different way than a lot of the content in the game. And, it isn't, like, deep done. It has a substantial... I think it has a substantial and good amount of difficulty, but it's not, like, as harrowing or nearly as, ultimately difficult as, like, a deep dungeon. It has, like, a nice middle ground there, just as a variant. Yeah, I hope they keep doing stuff like this. It's good. I like it. So I do have Ninja that I could do here, but I think I might just end it here. It's been like 2.5 hours. If I do the Ninja quests, like, it's gonna take like 2 hours-ish, and that'd be like blowing out the time I want to spend streaming tonight. So, yeah, I think this is a good place to end it. How's it rated on a scale of 1 to 5 tombstones? I don't fucking know. I'm not doing that. I think there's plus and minuses. I think Sildin ultimately is a bit more... Sildin feels like it has a bit more of a narrative and player involvement curve where things get progressively more difficult and you really need to be thinking. Rokon feels like it plateaus a bit early, if I'm being honest. Because there's not too many that are difficult. It also, again, you have to consider that this is the second one. So, like, the first one, we don't know, like, I don't know what to expect. Second one, I have a bit more what I can expect. And I think also the order I actually got some clues made it so that I wasn't trying dud paths later on as much as I did the first time. So that's probably a factor in it too. But, yeah, I think Rokon is more mechanically challenging in terms of the actual dungeon and boss fights. Sildin, I feel, is more rewarding in the other aspects, but still, like, good challenging. And I think it has the better ending, ultimately, with the bosses. But, yeah. But yeah, that is where I'm gonna end it for tonight. Because tomorrow... Oh, right. God damn it. Because tomorrow, we're going to be playing Ghost Trick. Heard a lot of good things about that video game. So I'm excited to get into it. I was thinking about saving it for, like, some time I could collab with people, but, like, honestly, I think I don't... It'd be cool if that could happen, but I don't want to, like, hold back on, oh, a game I really want to play just for that. So yeah, we're going to get into it. And then it'll be a new week. So I'm pretty much done with 6.45 for streaming stuff. I'll have Ninja done by... Or I'll have Ninja up to 50 by next Friday, so that'll probably happen. I want to continue doing Elden Ring, although I'm probably going to avoid fighting that boss I did last time, because I got way too fucking tilted. So yeah, there'll probably be a little bit of that. There's also FanFest that weekend. I don't think I'm going to cancel streams for it. I think I'm just going to catch up on VODs and stuff like that. Maybe... Oh, no, hold on. It starts Friday in the US, which means it starts Saturday for me. So I'm not going to cancel a Friday stream for that. But I probably... Yeah, and I'll probably just catch up with stuff Saturday and Sunday nights my time. So yeah, next weekend's probably more Ghost Trick, depending on how long that actually goes for. I don't know how long it'll go for. But yeah. And that's about it. I was looking during the break and that, but I don't think there's anybody really streaming right now. No. No, not really. So I think we'll probably leave it there. So thank you very much for watching live on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.